The night Naomi disappeared, the wind howled like it had a mind of its own, carrying whispers of secrets that only the walls of the chapel knew. But Naomi was gone. Just gone. By dawn, the entire school was on edge. The headmistress called for a search, but it was as if Naomi had been swallowed by the earth itself. No one knew where she went, or if she was even still at St. Theresa's. Meanwhile, in the palace, Lady Obianuju remained in her strange sleep, her body still, but her mind troubled by dreams of a destiny she could neither control nor escape. The royal doctors could find no explanation for her condition, yet something dark stirred beneath the surface. The royal guards whispered of strange occurrences around the palace, eerie shadows flitting past windows, the faintest sounds of chanting, and the scent of burning incense thick in the air. Eka couldn't sleep. It rose as though a weight was pressing down on her chest, and the room felt colder. That night she couldn't resist any longer. She grabbed the diary Naomi left behind and, without thinking, snuck out into the darkness. Then her heart raced as she approached the chapel. The door creaked open, but instead of the usual silence, there was a soft hum, like the chapel itself was alive, waiting. She walked to the altar, and there, beneath the cracked marble, she saw it, a trapdoor, hidden in plain sight, covered by a dusty, forgotten carpet. Eka's hands trembled. She had heard the stories, the whispers. The school's founders were rumored to have sealed something ancient under the chapel, something that could change everything. With no time to waste, she pushed the door open. What she saw would change her life forever. Naomi was kneeling, her hands pressed to the cold stone floor. Her face was pale and her eyes glowed with a strange, unsettling light. Her body was surrounded by the faint outline of an old ancient symbol, burned into the stone itself. She whispered something that sounded like a prayer, but there was no peace in it. Behind her stood Pastor Junior. His face was ashen and his body trembled. "Naomi," Eka gasped, stepping forward. But Naomi didn't move. Her eyes were locked onto something in front of her, as if she were seeing into another world. This is not my destiny," Naomi whispered, her voice barely audible. "But the curse, it must be broken." Pastor Junior turned to Eka, his face filled with fear and confusion. "Eka, you shouldn't have come. You can't understand what's happening here. It's bigger than us, bigger than anything we could have prepared for." Eka, shaking with uncertainty, asked, "What do you mean? What are you doing here with her?" The pastor's voice broke. "I've always known who Naomi was. I knew she was the heir to something dangerous, but I also knew I couldn't let her walk away. The curse, the prophecy, it's all coming true." Naomi's voice broke through their conversation, her words chilling in their weight. "The prophecy says that I will fall in love with the wrong person, and if he dies, the curse will never end. But if he survives, it will all be over, and I've already fallen. It's too late." Suddenly, a loud crash echoed through the crypt. The walls trembled. Naomi gasped, her eyes wide with terror. "It's her," Naomi whispered. "Lady Obianuju, she knows she's coming." Eka's heart dropped. Lady Obianuju, the woman who had controlled Naomi's life for so long. Eka turned to run, but Pastor Junior held her back. "You don't understand. She has the power to end it all, or destroy us." "What does that mean?" Eka demanded. "Naomi must choose," Pastor Junior said, his voice desperate. "The crown, the royal necklace, it was never meant to give power. It was meant to test who Naomi would choose to love. But she cannot choose anyone now, not without risking everything." Before Eka could react, The ground began to shake violently. A deep, hollow voice echoed through the crypt, sending cold shivers through her body. "Naomi!" They turned. The shadow of Lady Obianuju appeared at the doorway, but there was something different. Her eyes were vacant, distant, like she was still trapped in the strange sleep that had kept her unconscious for days. She moved, but mechanically, like a puppet on strings, controlled by something far more powerful than her own will. "I knew you'd find it," Lady Obianuju's voice rasped, but it didn't sound like her, more like a whisper from someone else, someone ancient. "But you will escape, neither of you." With a wave of her hand, the doors slammed shut. The crypt was sealed. Naomi's face twisted with a look of horror. "Echo," she whispered, grabbing her hand. "I'm sorry. This was always meant to be." The ground cracked open beneath them, revealing an ancient altar, one that pulsed with an eerie, dark power. And as Lady Obianuju raised her hands high, the crown of thorns appeared, floating above the altar. A crown, not of gold, but of thorns, sharp, dangerous, and wrapped in centuries of bloodshed. "You were never meant to be Queen, Naomi," Lady Obianuju sneered. "It's mine. It always has been." Naomi stepped forward, defiant, her face hardening. "No." Naomi's voice rang out with a power that wasn't hers alone. "I will be queen. The curse ends with me." And as Naomi reached for the crown, a burst of light filled the room, blinding them all. The crypt fell silent. The darkness receded, but Naomi was gone. Only a whisper echoed through the air. "This is not the end." To be continued. What happened to Naomi? Has the curse truly been broken? What role does Lady Obianuju's strange, controlled state play in this war for power? Like, share, and follow for part 3, the final test of the crown.